We're live. That's me hitting my drink bottle. Hi. And welcome to ASMR with Orion Kelly, that autistic guy. This will just be 55 to potentially 90 minutes of me drinking water. I hope you enjoy it. And welcome. Yeah, I don't really know what that means. Hey guys. Hey Lachlan, Rob. Hey, the sad one. Ads, yo. Audrey, hello. Hello from Argentina. How do I say that? Inez? King Master Lord, hello. Dan the Board Game Man. I like that. Dan the Board Game Man. Just checking my mic works. That's why you heard it twice. And hey to everyone who's here. Great to see you. Great to have you here on this very special live stream. There's nothing special about it. It's just literally nothing special about it. Great to have you, though, and welcome. Wendy, hi. Yes, you said it right. Really? Inez. I said it right. Inez. The gay uncles. Hey. Audrey, are you okay? You look sad. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. I know it sounds ridiculous and it's not a joke. That's my normal face. My normal face. So I don't think I'm sad, but that is my normal face. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Though it is the end of the spring school holidays in Australia. So it has been a pretty intense couple of weeks. But yeah, and as you can see, my hair is just literally going everywhere. I don't even know what to do with it now. I'm trying to comb it backwards. Oh, I've ruined it. And now the internet's going really slow. This is really weird. One sec. Just trying to slow down my activity here. Oh, my computer was freaking out. Okay, now we can't do it. I don't know how to fix my hair now because when I fix it on the screen, it's backwards and my brain and my hands can't connect. See, I try to do this side of my head with this hand. Oh my God. I don't know how to fix it. No, I got no idea. I feel like I'm on a different planet now. Agitated. What'd you do? Oh, I just went on a live stream and some idiot was trying to comb his hair with his hands, but he couldn't do it because he's looking on a screen. He couldn't connect his brain to backward stuff. I didn't know what to do, so I just left. Okay, where are we here? Gay uncles, thank you. Appreciate that. Audrey, thank you. Wendy, yes, your cousin always said you sounded sad on the phone. Exactly. Autistic people can often come across to other people as things we're not. We just maybe have a blank look or a monotone tone. The sad one, relatable. You've had several people ask if something was wrong, and I am okay. Brandon, it's not sunny today where we are. Friday the 4th of October, 2024 in Australia. It's quite grey, overcast and wet, and it's supposed to get worse tonight. I still have my hair to enjoy. Gay uncles, you're right. That is true. I wouldn't say to enjoy, though. I mean, I get what you're saying, but yeah. Amanda Seacrest. Hey, Amanda. How you going? Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is, yeah, that's exactly right. Bloody internet. Sometimes people watch a stream and they say, your internet or my internet might be bad. And what actually people don't realize is sometimes it's actually YouTube. It's I guess the YouTube width or maintenance or whatever, there's sometimes it can affect what's going on. I seem to always pick those times, maybe because it's at a later night time where YouTube's based, so they kind of use that time to do things. I don't know. V, you're a god from the sea. What exactly does that mean? But I like that. Thank you. Going goodish, Amanda Seacrest. Have you guys in the chat or watching seen my video this week, which actually has Amanda as the guest? Is that right? Is that I've lost track of time. That is this week, right? That was this week? I've so lost track of time. I'm sure it was. It's a great chat. And if you haven't checked it out, you should. Don't let the title scare you. I don't think it is. Oh, hang on. I was going to say I don't think it's triggering, but that would be wrong given halfway through I start saying something and it makes Amanda cry. So that's probably not true to say it's not triggering then. Nevertheless, I think it's a bloody great chat and a bloody great video. So you guys should check it out because Amanda, who's here, you can see she's blue with a tool, meaning she's a moderator. You can see her and follow her channel and check her out, check out her content and support another autistic person. And what I love about this is not another late diagnosed autistic person like a lot of us, but a autistic person diagnosed at 4, I believe, or in childhood. So bloody fascinating conversation about being diagnosed earlier in life. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate. I know. I appreciate that. I get that it wasn't like my fault or me purposely doing it. But I more take responsibility because you were doing a chat for me on my channel, and in doing that chat, it made you upset. So, but for the chat, but yeah, I get it. It's good. I guess it's good to kind of feel things and get things out. Awakened Carolina, waiting to get my assessment at age 64. Well, I hope it happens, and welcome. Thank you for being here. Alessandro, I'm 45 years old. For my total surprise, now a diagnosed autistic. Congratulations, Alessandro. Congratulations. I'm so happy to hear that. I hope you're happy to hear that too. And thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Rinky Dinkron. I always say that wrong. Rinky Dinkron, g'day. How you doing? Audrey, you're also awaiting. Are you at 62, Audrey? Okay. My pleasure, Alessandro. Gay uncles, I found out after a small stroke I could not mask as well anymore. That's fascinating because that is probably very common for late diagnosed autistic people to have some sort of health thing, right? After years of masking and suppressing and the stress, your show has been helping me rediscover all the things I hid for over 50 years, a lot of crying. Well, I'm just happy to have you here, so thank you. Nicholas Peters, ahoy there. Ahoy, me hearties. Anais, I've seen that video with you and Amanda. Gosh, that was so hard to hear. I was so sad about those years of suffering. Hope you're well now, Amanda. Well, Amanda's here, so I think she's doing much better. You're feeling relieved, Alessandro. I bet you are. By the way, it's been a while, guys, but I can, as a journalist would say, I can now tell you, it's been a while, but I have just uploaded, ready to go out to channel members tomorrow and to everyone in my community on Monday, a new unmasked, unedited, unwatchable, potentially unhinged video. It's happening. If you're a channel member, you'll be able to check it out tomorrow. And if you're part of my amazing community, you'll be able to check it out in a couple of days. Upcycle Club, hello there. Hello. Thank you for the great content. All right, you've got a question. Let's do it. What have you got? I have a question. Someone I know was diagnosed with autism as an adult and cannot stop talking about it. Do you have any advice for such cases? Well, thank you for your question. And also thank you for your kind support. I appreciate it. That means a lot. And this is a great question too, as we continue the conversation for the community, to provide insights into why someone who is diagnosed autistic might want to talk about it a lot. Maybe you guys in the community can add insights into that. What I would say is, correct me if I'm wrong, Upcycle Club, but I get the impression you're looking for advice to get them to shut up or to stop talking about being autistic or autism. Would that be right? And if that's the case, well, I think you're asking the wrong question. The question you should be asking is why does someone I know who was diagnosed autistic recently keep talking about it? That's the better question to ask. Is it because the people they keep talking about it to are refusing to accept it, don't believe it, are judging, belittling, putting down, or are being really good about it, but it's just not getting through? And you have to understand the people you talk to the most and hang out with the most will be your safe people. So the first thing you say is, if an autistic person is being them, their true self, if they're melting down, shutting down, if they're being dysregulated, if they're getting a bit full of rage, if they're being themselves around you, then you are one of the closest, safest people on the planet to them, and that's a massive compliment. So if someone's talking a lot around you that's autistic, you should take that as that they really, really like/love me. They feel safe around me. And that's the first thing. Wear it as a badge of honor. Okay. Now, again, why is it just a constant? Because you've got to keep in mind, if you've lived your whole life not knowing what's wrong with you and you finally worked out there's nothing wrong with you, you are different, you are autistic, there's a lot of things to process. And how do humans process things? By communicating them, right? So I think I heard someone recently say something like, if you want to be like really what anyone would class as just the absolute best person in their life, best friend in their life, all you've got to give them is 8 minutes. 8 minutes to say their piece and just shut up and listen. 8 minutes to spit it out, to say whatever's wrong, what's happened, let them rant, let them go, and then they will resolve it themselves and thank you for it. So, which as an autistic person sounds pretty bloody awesome. That's a great hack. I would have thought, what a hack that is. So the advice, I guess, I hope people are going to help you with comments, but the advice I would give, is ask yourself why and ask them. You seem to be really passionate about sharing more things about autism with me. What's the main reason, or why do you think you're doing that? Because I would tell people, well, I want you to know. I want you to know the real me. I want you to get to know me. And also, I think maybe you're not realizing the connection between everything, right? So this is a work in progress for everyone. Whether it's your husband, your wife, your partner, your family, your friends, you still have to re-educate. Oh, no, that's not me trying to be rude or aggressive to you. That's me trying to share with you what I thought was the solution or the truth. You have to look at it you're constantly educating. So from my point of view, I would say overall, the best advice is to ask why they're doing it and ask them why they're doing it, if you really want an answer. But I don't think there's an answer. I think the answer is it's a constant education until you die. And it means you're a safe person. Yeah, Rinky Dinker on 8-minute advice is cool, isn't it? It's not my thing. I don't credit for it. But it is. It's sharing. Akari, yes. Autistic Jenny, hey. I always do it when it's dinner time for you, do I? Sorry. Oh, well, that would make sense. What is it? It's 9:50 here. So what is it where you are? I don't know where you are, but I'm just going to look at the world clock here. So it's 4:50 p.m. in Los Angeles, so California. It's 7:50 p.m. in New York. 6:50 p.m. in Chicago. 5:50 p.m. in Denver. 1:50 p.m. in Honolulu and Paris. 12:51 p.m. in Auckland, 12:51 a.m. in London, 1:51 a.m. in Cape Town. Wow, okay, lots of different times. 7 p.m. here almost in Alabama, Autistic Jenny. Sweet home. Okay. Upcycle Club. Yes, that's the right phrasing for the question. Thank you, that was really helpful. Well, I'm really grateful again for your support. Thank you very much. But also, I'm really grateful that you're such a good, a good friend, a good person in their life, because clearly you're open and you're here for the right reasons. So thank you so much. It's fantastic. Sinead Bloom, it's a good point too. They have a backlog of decades, most likely, where they spoke about their masked self rather than their real self. And there's this backlog of decades where they want to talk about the real them. Bloody great advice. So you guys are doing a great job. As always, if you do see questions and you want to answer them, can you answer them for the community? Just at their name and then answer them, or talk to them, say, hey, hang out. That makes it much easier for me, takes the stress off as you get. I've tried to slow the comments down. By making it like a subscriber-only content. So everyone can watch this live stream, but you've got to be a subscriber to chat to kind of slow them down so we can all have a bit more of an opportunity to share in the community. Jenna G. Hey, Jenna. How you going? Where else are we? Tim. Hello, Orion, and everyone here. Jacqueline is from Alabama too. Wow, that was weird. Alabama too. Brandon, thank you. Dan, the board game man, I was diagnosed at 60. It's a bit like getting out of a coma and starting living. Bloody great analogy. Well done. And I will talk about it every chance I get, hopefully not being annoying for people having ears around me. Well, who cares if you're annoying, mate? Like, as you say, it is like waking up from a neurotypical coma and being alive. Jackie, much love to you and happy to see you. In the comments, it's fall break here for the kids. School's out. Autistic Jenny, are you serious? Didn't summer break just go back? That's crazy. In Australia, we have a calendar year for school, starts in Feb, ends in December, and it's made up of 4 terms, and each term goes for about 8 weeks, and there's like 2 weeks in between each term, and then a big summer break. But wow, that's crazy. The kids are already back on holidays. Holy goodness gracious. Jessica, 8:53 here in Canada. Welcome, my friend, my fellow Canadian. You guys know, right, that I'm a dual citizen. I have an Australian passport and a Canadian passport. I'm a dual citizen. Yes. Did you know that? That reminds me. This weekend in Australia, not all of Australia, but this weekend in the part of Australia I live in, we start daylight saving, which means if I did this live stream next week at the same time, instead of being 9:54 a.m., it would be 10:54 a.m., which means if I do a live stream next week at the time that's earlier, it'll be earlier for you. But then if I do it when I don't do it, I won't. And then you tie your shoe and then you stick your tongue out. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what just happened. Anyway, working out time differences is a bane of my existence. I absolutely hate it. And Stephanie, you're telling me, hey Stephanie, and other people are telling me too, that apparently because you guys are going into fall, autumn, that you guys are putting your ending daylight saving and therefore putting the clock back an hour. So in other words, you're ruling out what I'm trying to achieve. I'm achieving an hour later, but then you're bringing your clock back. Oh, I don't know. So the difference stays the same, I think. Oh, help me, Jesus. I just don't know. Oh, I'm stuffed. I'm stuffed, Stephanie. I got no bloody idea. Akari, hey, a fellow Canadian. My family hails from the industrial yet beautiful town of Hamilton, Ontario. So there you go. Amanda, yes, we're springing forward in Australia because it's spring. And if you want to get even more complicated, our seasons start on the first of the month. So spring started September 1. Summer starts December 1. I'm told that's different to other places. Why we start seasons at different times, yet somehow they still all work, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. One of us is clearly out of sync with the seasons, but I could be wrong. Elizabeth, we aren't neighbours because I'm in Australia, but you're right. Hamilton, Ontario, just down the road from Toronto. 100% right. Ernestine, hi Ernestine, welcome. I can't say this. Alanixia 2001. Hey, from Toronto, welcome. Zipwad, is this community welcoming to the early childhood diagnosed? It bloody well better be. It bloody well better be. Yes, it is. Of course it is. And it definitely is. Absolutely. I don't think this community is not welcoming to any form of autism or neurodivergent diagnosis. That would make no sense. So yes, they are, and I hope you feel that, Zipwad, and welcome. Though I'm not saying welcome for the first time. I'm certain I've seen you in these world before. Groovy, Lisa, you've been sick, but you made it. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for being here, and I hope you feel better. Ernestine, survived the school holidays is about the best description I can give you, frankly. It's, oh, yeah. Ear just started ringing. My right ear just started ringing. Hello? Can you hear me now? You're breaking up. No, not that kind of ringing. Ernestine, you like the t-shirt? There's a story behind it. It's a quick story, so I'll tell you. I got it in Chicago when I went over there last year. Was it last year or this year? Damn it, I can't remember. Last year, yeah? Last year. Got it then. And also, I got it, it's a pajama top. I got it from the pajama section, but I wear it as a daytime t-shirt because it's so comfortable and soft and nice. So that's why. It's a pajama t-shirt that I bought in Chicago from, I don't know, Macy's or something, in the pajama section. I walked past and I thought, whoa, what's that t-shirt? And then I realized I'm in the pajama section. But no, I wear this. I mean, you look at me right now, right? Does this look pajama-y to you or does it look okay? I mean, you're probably going to say it's horrible, but that's okay. But I'm saying, does this say pajamas? I don't think it does. Cohen043.au is Australian. You've got it, my friend. And hi from the Netherlands. Whitney is here. Hi, Whitney. Sorry, I must have missed you. Welcome, Whitney. I like the idea. It looks great. You like the idea of the t-shirt? Fantastic. And go from everyone praising how cool they like the t-shirt to the ever annoying Jen from Neurodivergent, who's just come in. First thing she says is, "WTF is that shirt?" This is how you open? Is that the first thing you said? If I scroll up, is there a nice warm hello? No, there's not. Don't come into my live stream, Jen from Neurodivergent, if that's even your name. And the first thing you say is, WTF is that shirt? WTF is that face, mate? Ernestine, one more thing, Orion. I'm curious how long that tattoo took to wear off your wife's face and neck. About 2 to 3 weeks. That's right. Yeah. Now, Elizabeth, I'm assuming that you're saying Jen is rude, and you're right. You're rightfully so. Whitney, I agree. I don't think there was anything better than walking around with a partial face neck tattoo for 2 weeks. Now, I just want to quickly zero in on this issue Jen's having. So it's WTF that shirt. WTF is that shirt? Well, it's a shirt, mate. What do you mean, what is that shirt? It's a shirt. It's a shirt. What do you mean? What is that? You don't like it? It's me. It's colourful. I mean, I don't care if you don't like it. I'd prefer you did, but it doesn't bother me either way. But what? This whole live stream is about the shirt now, is it? It's a pajama top I bought at Macy's in Chicago. Okay, and I like to wear it because it's comfortable. Also, but not specifically the reason, but kind of the reason, the pajama tops, for some reason, are like 50% cheaper than the standard T-shirts. Go figure. I don't want to make this about being a tight ass, okay? It's the Australian dollar here, or as Jen from Neurodivergent likes to say, kangaroo bucks or something. Anyway. Amanda, a nightgown shirt. You know, I would credit your little insult there, except when you used the phrase nightgown shirt, you lost all credit. Right, for starters, a nightgown, isn't a nightgown like a dress? Isn't a nightgown, right? It's like a full-on dress. This doesn't go down to my feet or anything. It's just a T-shirt. And also, just please pass on my best to the rest of the community back in 1940. It's comfortable and soft, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie, for backing me up there. It is comfortable and soft. I approve. Wacky, quirky dad shirt, says Zipwad. I'll take that because I am. I'm wacky, I'm quirky, and I'm a dad. So I believe I will embrace that. You can't try again with your insults, Amanda. Yeah, put your manners back in, mate. Okay. Amanda, I've been thinking about doing a video about Christianity and autism. There's a lot to explore there, says Jen from Neurodivergent. What do you mean, Amanda? My name's Orion. What's wrong with this person? It is a fascinating topic, though. I think we talked about it. That's maybe why she's mentioning it. She being Jen from Neurodivergent. Contractually obliged to mention the bloody channel or she'll complain. When you just say Jen, no one knows what you're talking about. You've got to say Jen from Neurodivergent so they know. That's how she talks, by the way, but without the accent. Let's see. What did we talk about? You know what? I don't think it was Amanda. I think it was Jenna on my addiction chat. I talked to Jenna, who's an incredible, autistic woman who talked about her journey from being an alcoholic to a recovering alcoholic to being sober. Bloody great chat, and I loved it. And she talked about the addiction treatment being based around, what was it? Spirituality. And that can be hard for autistic people to digest. So I think, spirituality, religion, Christianity, whatever you want to do in autism would be a fascinating topic if anyone but Jen from Neurodivergent did it. A fascinating topic. But yeah, look, if Jen from Neurodivergent wants to make that her one video she makes this year, sure. Because there's so many layers to it. First, there's the idea of the autistic brain and just the idea of spirituality, right? And then you talk about religion, and then you're zeroing in on a type of religion, right? So Annette Butler, hello, Annette, how are you? And I appreciate you being a member of my inner circle, my channel membership. And thank you for being here. And SC, welcome to my inner circle channel membership as well. Heads up, everyone who's a member of my channel, so all channel members, Orion's Inner Circle, will get access to my new video tomorrow, which is unmasked, unedited, unwatchable. And everyone else, the whole community, get to watch it on Monday, okay? But the channel members get to watch it tomorrow. And I was actually talking to who was it? It might have been Jen from Neurodivergent about this. And one of the key themes I talk about in this, it's an experience I share about my son, and also an assessment criteria. I actually got a physical printed copy of the assessment criteria of something, and you're not going to believe what the top 3 things are. Anyway, and how that impacted a sense of belonging, and what my son actually said to me with regards to their worth in living and being alive on, when you're autistic as a kid. It's a really hopefully powerful video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Jeffrey from New York, welcome. Yeah, so Whitney and Amanda, if you're referring to my one, Autistic System, hey, if you're referring to my one that you're looking forward to, yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. It was fascinating to make, because I use the idea of an autistic child being assessed in a mainstream school, but then I broaden out from there on how that impacted him, but then talking to other people, how as adults, this same issue still impacts us, and how that impacts our view of ourselves and our mental health and our will to even want to be around. So I think it will be really, hopefully really important for the community. Tamba June. Hi, by the way. Question, does anyone else forget to eat, or just feel like not eating what is there, and then it makes symptoms worse? It's like a vicious cycle for me. It makes me frustrated. Tamba June, I completely relate. Oh, well, number one, I forget to eat and drink all the time because I'm fixated, I'm hyper-focused, and that's a very common autistic trait on things I want to do, right? I might record a video and then start editing it and realize I've missed, morning tea, lunch, afternoon tea. I've stopped. I've held in going to the toilet. I haven't drunk any water. And then also too, I agree with you. I'm starting to hate dinner more and more as I get older, and especially when you're in a family with kids, because I feel like dinner's like a forced meal. And it's the same stuff because you've got to cook it so your family will eat it, your kids will eat it. So, it's the same stuff, sausage factory stuff. And I do like to have, we all love autistic routines and things. And I hate trying new meals usually, but I also hate the idea of the same meals. Isn't that classic? I think it's very common. I did a video on eating, on food and eating and autism. And it was a while back, but I talk about these types of challenges, which are so real. Being mystery someone, I was forced to eat at 7 p.m. because after that time it's too late to eat, but I wasn't hungry at that time. See, this is a great point. Your gut is controlled by your mind. And if your mind is different, you're going to be hungry or have a different experience with hunger and food than others. How is it different? If your gut is controlled by your mind, so just to be clear, your gut doesn't control your mind. People think you eat because your gut asks for it. You eat because your brain asks for it. Okay? And a classic example is, let's say you decide, I really need to have a beer, or I really need some chocolate. That's your brain. Your brain is going, give me chocolate. Give me chocolate. Give me alcohol. Your brain. Then your gut's going, oh, crap, I didn't need that. Now I feel crap. Thanks for nothing, brain. Autistic System, thank you for being here. I appreciate your support, as you always come in and support me. And I appreciate everything you're doing too, Autistic System, you guys are doing. And I know you're very busy at the moment creating care packages for people affected by, extreme weather in the US. So it's very kind of you to do that type of stuff and give back too. So thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Your brain, that's right, Amanda. Your brain says, give me Red Bull. Or Whitney, your brain says, give me caffeine. That's right. My brain says, give me coffee. And it's probably because the smell of coffee, the taste of coffee, the feel of coffee lights up my brain. Yeah. Ernestine, you can't stand dinner either or dishes. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. Religion and food is an interesting topic, Layla, says Elizabeth. So we have got some really great chats. Tamba June, so glad I'm not alone on this because Tamba asked the question about eating. Just hard to keep nutrients in. My doctor got me about gets on me about eating properly, the brain hormone control, everything. I just want to do things in my own time. Well, you should, Tamba June. No one can live your life for you, certainly not your doctor, my friend. So you take the advice of people that know things and then you use what works for you. You cannot expect to have anything the same as neurotypical people with an autistic brain, and that includes eating, their experience with eating. And I mean, like in the video, I talked about how everything is based on how we experience life. So mushy, gushy food. It doesn't matter if it doesn't taste good. It'll make me feel nauseous or gagging, or even things that maybe aren't mushy or gushy, but have a certain smell, like the smell of cooked peas, right? The little green things, peas. The smell of peas is, in my brain experience, is so bad I can't go near them. I can't eat them. But I absolutely love pea and ham soup, ham and split peas and all that kind of stuff. So it's not about hating the thing. It's about hating the experience of smelling or feeling the thing. So it's just one of those, but again, this isn't a joke. This is a different brain. I'm definitely okay, autistic system. I appreciate it. I'm just pumped with school holidays and my kid and life. And you're not going to believe this, guys. Next week, the first week back at school, is school camp for Kona now, grade 4 autistic kid. Bright Page, your shirt is 100%. Love it. Thank you. Very nice. You're much nicer than Jen from Neurodivergent. What's funny, Amanda? I hate the smell of those types of cheeses like feta cheese and those kind of cheeses. But you know what? I utterly adore feta cheese in like risottos and foods or on pizza or those kind of things. So I agree, but the smell of things, I utterly adore certain yogurts. But then when you finish the yogurt and you put the tub down and you can still smell that smell, it's like, I've got to put that in the bin or the lid, you know what I mean? So yeah. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Tamba June, appreciate you asking. So I'm happy to share it, but I appreciate you asking because everyone's got some really great comments. This is probably why I do these live streams, to be honest with you. The worst part of live streams for me are trying to generate content. I much rather you guys just talk, hang out, chill, and answer each other's questions and be a community. So thank you for bringing it up. I think it's a great topic. I've done it in the past, but it's a great topic to revisit. I agree. Yeah. What was I going to say? Next week's school camp. And if any of you guys remember my experience from last year in grade 3 camp, we talked about how the family physically booked accommodation in the town of the camp so we could be, 5-10 minutes away from the camp, just provide our autistic son that geographical support, that he knows you're going on camp, you're going to have a great time, and to make sure you get to experience it like everyone else and have fun, we're going to be there with you, not at camp. We're going to be in the town. If you need to talk to us, call us. If you can't get to sleep and you want to sleep, in the accommodation with us, we can drive you back the next morning. But what we're not going to do is either let you talk yourself out of the experience or let the school starve you of the experience, right? So We're doing that again this year. And again, this is parenting autistic kids because you would do it for you. This is what you would do for you. This isn't supposed to be easy. It is what it is. So our son will go to school in the morning. He will go to the camp on the bus with his class. He'll experience that. He will stay at camp. He will try to go to sleep each night. If he cannot go to sleep each night, they will call us. And instead of being hours away, we'll be 5-10 minutes down the road. We'll pick him up, take him to the accommodation. He'll sleep overnight. We'll take him back to camp the next day. He'll have breakfast, wash dishes, have fun. Because it's more important to find ways to help autistic people, kids or adults, experience life and enjoy life and grow and evolve and push themselves, but, through the lens of an autistic brain, not just everyone should be treated the same. That isn't the point. So, yeah, we're going to be doing that again. And thank you for people that said nice things like Ernestine, thank you. Viking Farts, thank you. Stephanie, thank you. Amanda, I appreciate it. That's what definitely everyone needed as a kid. But yeah, and just comes down to exactly furry slippers. We're empowering him. We're empowering him to experience things in life that are important without pressuring him. Like, you're going to camp, you got to get through it, and we'll see you on Friday. No, you're going to camp, right? Because you want to, and you have fun, and there's amazing things to do, and we're going to be there. And if you ever need a hug or a chat, just call us. Chances are, and it is true, we almost never hear from him except at nighttime. And it's just that that security. And would you think it's fair to say that one of the more common co-occurring conditions for autistic people is some form of anxiety, whether it's clinically, diagnosed or just what you'd class as just a general anxiety? I think that's not uncommon. So to kind of mitigate that anxiety is empowering rather than just pushing them in the pool and saying swim. So, yeah. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. I don't think it's certainly not me trying to say the last generation of parents failed us or were bad. That's not what I'm saying, because we all do what we can do. We do the best we can with what we know. But it's also me saying, but I have the power to make a change in how I do things, and I'm going to do that. Some people have the power to make a change and choose not to. I'm going to choose to do it. And I'm grateful my family have that ability to do it. And that means that little Hugo also gets to go on an adventure with us. So we get to do a little mini holiday with Hugo while Conan does school camp. And he's pretty stoked about that too. So it should be fun. Bright Page, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. SC, it's hard to trust any schools or organisations anymore. Kids are going to pick on the different kids because it's just human nature. Might do homeschooling now. I completely understand that. Completely can relate to that. I might have an opposite opinion. What we tell our son is the one thing we can't do is protect you from bullies. We cannot erase bullies. So the kid that bullied you today, we can address that with the teachers in the school, right? And try and work it out. But another bully will just pop up Bullies are like weeds. They want to be flowers like you, but they're not. They're just weeds. And as soon as you yank it out of the ground, a new one pops up. No matter what we do, we cannot stop bullies from being in the world and in your life. So all we can do is help you work out how you get around that. And it's amazing that we've been doing this for so long now that he's got to the point now where, so he's 10, late diagnosed autism. He's 10, and he's only just now starting to get to the point where he'll say things like, hey, you'll be really proud of me, Daddy. I didn't yell or scream or punch back. I just walked away and played with other kids, or I just walked away and asked a teacher for help, right? Now that's maybe 5 years of trying to continue to reinforce. We never should, give the bullies back what they want. The one thing that drains the power from a bully more than anything is to just walk away and stop listening and just move on. They are just weeds, mate, growing out of the ground. So, yeah. Now, in my mind, I'd much prefer, honestly, to just tell him, just beat the shit out of him, mate. If he's going to keep bullying you, just release that autistic kraken and beat the shit out of him. I'd love to say that. I'd love to do that. But that's not going to work out well for him. And I have to teach my son how to thrive in the world, not how to be, imprisoned in the world. Thanks, Autistic System. Megan, guys, thank you. So, yeah. You release the autistic kraken, and I thank you. I appreciate that. Awakened Carolina. I mean, I really believe that's what it is. I don't care if you're big, tall, skinny, small. I don't care what you are, who you are. The autistic kraken in you is scary. And if you push an autistic person too far, you won't survive. But that's not a good thing to do. So the issue is I went to law school, and my favorite thing is criminal law. And, as you probably might know, and what I was fascinated about looking into is self-defense. And when we talk about a defense to a crime, right? A defense could be defense. Like defense is a defense, and it's all about proportion. They talk about it's like you can't take a gun to a knife fight. That's not a proportionate defense, right? But if someone is going to assault you, if a bully is going to physically assault you, legally, you are entitled to defend yourself proportionately. So if a bully is going to physically assault you, is going to push you and punch you, you are absolutely legally entitled to push and punch back to defend. Now, of course, it's not proportionate. If you push and punch them, they fall on the ground, and then you keep punching them until they're dead. That's not proportionate. But, and not something I can really teach a 10-year-old at this point. But, I'm definitely fascinated by the idea that people think bullies, it's okay to teach people that bullies can just bully you, punch you, push you, kick you, whatever, and the best thing you can do is nothing. And that is right. But at some point, autistic people are, they're not punching bags. So at some point, the autistic kraken is going to come out. You're going to get yourself some proportionate defense, my friend. And it's going to leave a mark. Oh, man. All the pills, thank you for your awesome message and your legal reference and your support as always. You lasted one day at school camp in grade 5. You released the Kraken in year 9 as well after years of bullying and got expelled. And the issue is, this is the problem, right? I mean, autistic kids are bullied from virtual birth. They're bullied from daycare. They're bullied from the start of school. You can, like they say with like the Muhammad Ali fight, you can do what you want around a sleeping elephant. Once it wakes up, though, that's a different story. That's a reference to the Muhammad Ali George Foreman fight. They used it was in Africa, and they used to reference, you can do whatever you want around a sleeping elephant. Once it wakes up, different. Defense equals not disproportionately to the objective. Yeah, so basically defense is all about proportionate, right? Which is why I use the kind of gun knife analogy. It's got to be proportionate to the attack. And also it's got to be just about defense. So you can't turn your ability to proportionately defend yourself into then an attack. That's not the same. Defense means you keep pushing me and punching me. I want you to stop. I'm going to push you or punch you and push you away. And then that's that. Done. If I go further than that, if you don't come back to me and I go further than that, start following you around, that's disproportionate. That's not self-defense. That's an attack, a new attack. Anyway, this is not criminal law 101 with Orion. I'm not even a lawyer. But yeah, some great comments coming through, and I'm really sorry I'm missing them all, but you guys are doing some great stuff, sharing your experiences. I really appreciate it. And I agree. Is it too woody? I agree. The injustice of, you fought back after getting bullied and you were in equal trouble. I agree. And I think I totally agree. I think Amanda Sechrist, what have you got here, Amanda? How about dealing with bias from teachers and advice? Okay, thank you, Amanda, for your support too. How about dealing with a bias from teachers? Okay, well, this is the same question, really. So teachers in the mainstream system are designed to go, okay, so bullying is bad, but violence is worse. So they don't care about the root cause. They only care about the result. So if a kid is pushed or punched or hurt or assaulted in any way, whether it's tiny or big, that's the only issue. If the root cause was a bully, pushed the bear, right? Poked the bear, bang, that's irrelevant. It's just the result. And that's a bias that the system has and teachers have. They don't look at the root cause. They just look at, well, your kid hit this kid. So, well, why did he hit him? Well, does it matter? Yeah, it matters. It matters in court. Of course what do you mean it doesn't matter? So that's the issue with the school system and teachers and these kind of people in general. The core issue I found having an autistic kid in school is that, believe it or not, the school system actually think they operate in a vacuum. They actually think they live and operate in a bubble, in a vacuum. But here's the cold, hard facts. School happens in the real world. You don't get a passport, check out of the real world, and go into school. It's in the real world. Yet schools think they're operating in a vacuum. There is no vacuum. It's not about the result. The result is part of it. It doesn't matter if he was being bullied. It doesn't matter if you're bullied. You can't push a kid. You can't swear at a kid. You can't punch a kid. No, that's not true. That's not how the world works. Right? That isn't how the world works. You need the full story. Then why you need the full story, Orion? Well, if you tell the full story, it could actually be self-defense. Right? It could actually be retaliation. It could actually be a autistic result. Meltdown, shutdown, autistic rage. These are triggered brain responses. These are, in effect, just a way of helping you see it, autistic seizures, right? The brain is disconnected when an autistic child is in a meltdown. If you've got them to that point and they're in that now, that's that. The question is, how'd they get there? And they're like, it doesn't matter how they got there. So you mean you did all these things all day to get my kid to have the Coke bottle go everywhere, to push breaking point, to melt down, and you're saying all that stuff you did that got him there doesn't matter. It just matters that he melted down and scared some kids or pushed some stuff over or broke some stuff or whatever. That's an unacceptable bias. Right? It's an unacceptable bias because you've actually you have turned a blind eye. You haven't even turned your mind to the thought of what led up to that brain response, that autistic seizure. It's quite ridiculous. And really important so that's my advice with regards to teach biases and through teachers and people, is to remind them that we are operating in the real world. This university, this school, this workplace operates in the real world. Now, Stephanie, they don't care. I agree. Unfortunately, though, if let's say you want to make it care, right, the best way to make someone care is just factual and law. And it's just factual and the law that they have to care. Now, that might only inspire or motivate some people, but for the most part, when you're not being emotional, when you're being factual, I think it's very much a motivation. But I agree. Bullying is a big issue. I mean, what was it last week? Really recently, I did a video on bullying, right? I'm sorry, my time frames are so skewed with holidays. It might have been, was it last week or the week before? Anyway, I did a video on bullying, I think last week. If you haven't watched it, check it out, because I address all these issues, and this is a core issue, and it doesn't really change. And I hope in some of the thoughts and things that I've shared that maybe that's resonated. Some of them have resonated to some degree, and they can kind of help you to some way. But I get that for some people, I get that it's like no one cares. It's not going to change. When you're a dad and you have a kid, an autistic kid going through it, you have no option but to say, I do care, and it is going to change. Like, you have no other option. Good point, PF Borman. I agree. Matthew Watts, hi. Coco, facts matter. Yep. Grapes, horrendous when the bully is a teacher or a lecturer, which is totally common. I totally get that. It is. He's coming back soon. Hey. Where are we here? Yeah, agree, Stephanie. I agree. Yeah, I think, is it Alanixia 2001? I'm sorry, I always say that name wrong. I agree. I think, there's not many harder jobs than teaching. But what I would say to that, so I agree, and I respect them for doing what they do. What I would say to that is, for every person, there's a job that isn't teaching that is their version of living hell. So people can say, oh, teaching kids is a living hell, or I can't imagine doing it. But people do it. People study it and people do it. There's virtually every job is a living hell for someone else. Right? I could, any job really. So it's all about perspective. But I totally respect and acknowledge what they do. Some would argue, well, I mean, it's a living, isn't it? It's a living hell, right? Working in a classroom from 9 till 3 and having school holidays off, and wow, what a horrible life that would be. But I get it. And like I said, Stephanie, with socialization, there's the balance there. Autistic kids, being given the opportunity to grow their communication, interaction, socialization skills at school versus homeschooling. I mean, I think unless you can build in ways to do that, you know, the classic kind of homeschooling character you'd see in TV and movies isn't like a pleasant character, right? It's not. I wouldn't say it's complimentary, and that's probably because that's how people assume they would be. So you have to give them opportunities to still grow those skills, or they're just going to come across, like shut-ins or something. I don't know. But yeah, homeschool's really interesting to me because it seems like a lot of people are really passionate about it for their autistic kids. But as an autistic person, I can't see how that would ever work. I'm clearly not capable of homeschooling. I can't see how that would work. You need someone to do it for starters. You also need to work and make money, but you also need the capacity to be able to do it. So yeah. Yeah, Whitney, I agree. Completely agree, Whitney. It completely depends on the kid, but I think also, Whitney, it depends on the parents. Coco, it hurts me more being an autistic, ADHD, or all morbidities, conflicts such as struggle not to choke the hurtful human. Yeah, exactly. Sienna, I wasn't taught healthily how to deal with my emotions. I was withheld from using your coping skills and live with a family member who couldn't control their anger and rage. Okay. 18 Shouties. Yo, from the UK. You've helped me out a lot. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Great to catch a live stream. I wish my parents had been so supportive. Being an undiagnosed Catholic kid was a perfect recipe for bullying. Oh, my goodness. Yes. It does depend on lots of factors, Amanda. And Whitney, yeah, definitely don't feel like I can homeschool my son with high support needs. I need help. 100%. Grapes, you've helped me out so much, Ryan. Thank you for all you do. I appreciate it. Herding chaos. Exactly. All right. Hi, John. How are you? Thank you for being here, everyone. We've had some good topics, really great topics. We've been going for over an hour. You know that I like to keep it around about the hour mark. So everyone. Amanda, yeah, I saw the comment. I appreciate it. Thank you. Comfort zones are not always comfortable. Absolutely. Transcrafter Productions. Hey, and welcome. You went to boarding school as a kid. I'm a YouTuber now, basically unemployed, so high functioning. Most people can't tell I'm autistic. Okay. Nancy, hi. Neurodivergent. I always thought things would be different if I just changed schools. Had no idea the problem was me. The problem wasn't you, Jen. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. The grass is always greener at a different school, but I think the problem is the school because they never got to know you and how to help you learn. You could have gone to any school and it would have been the same experience, not because the problem was you, but because the problem was not being able to identify how to educate you. But I totally understand what you're saying. So thank you for the chat, guys. Thank you to Amanda and Whitney for being here. I know people. Thanks, Holistic Goth. I appreciate you being here too, and thank you for your kind words. I know you guys would love to go on forever, but I always think about me, but also you guys. Sometimes live streams go a bit longer, and I get it, but I think it's good to give each other time and space. All right. Hey guys, I appreciate you being here. We're going to go now. I'm going to wind this up, and we should definitely do this again soon. Okay. Thanks for being here, and Jonathan, thank you for your support in buying my book, and I hope you enjoy reading it when it arrives. So thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. Peace out, Diana. Awakened Carolina. Bye from BC, British Columbia. Goodbye, Ernestine. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your kindness, and thank you for being just an incredible community. You guys are so cool. It's always great to chat and hang out. And I hope you enjoy my unmasked, unedited video dropping in a few days. And I hope you enjoyed the other collabs I've been doing, talking to real autistic people about real autistic experience. Social media inception, Jen from Neurodivergent, not going to happen today. All right. See you guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll enjoy my daylight saving weekend. Catch you guys. Bye.